Hey, good morning. It is day 8. We're finishing out our journey of learning to just tell Jesus, just to bring whatever it is, our needs, our questions, our bereavements, our losses, whatever it is, just to share our life with Jesus. Now today we come to the very last thing where we bring our disappointments to Jesus. It's kind of our wounds, our hurts, our bruises. It's not something that is foreign probably to most of us, but it could be. So let me share with you from Luke chapter 24. And what we have happening here, Jesus has gone to the cross, but he's also now risen from the grave. And the rumor's gone out that he's risen, but not all of his disciples have experienced his presence for sure. So we meet some disciples in Luke chapter 24, beginning in verse 17. Now, I should have brought this up. These are disciples on the road of Emmaus, and Jesus comes up and starts walking with them in his resurrected form, but they don't recognize him. They don't know that it's Jesus with them. So let me pick up reading in verse 17. He, meaning Jesus, he asked them, "What are you discussing together as you walk along?" They stood still, their faces downcast. That's key. One of them, named Cleopas, asked him, "Are you only a visitor to Jerusalem and do not know the things that have happened there in these days?" "What things?" he asked. "About Jesus of Nazareth," they replied. "He was a prophet, powerful in word and deed before God and all the people. The chief priests and our rulers handed him over to the sentence of death, and they crucified him. But we had hoped that he was the one who was going to redeem Israel. And what is more, it is the third day since all this took place. In addition, some of our women amazed us. They went to the tomb early this morning, but didn't find his body. They came and told us that they had seen a vision of angels who said he was alive. Then some of our companions went to the tomb and found it just as the women had said, but him they did not see. But he said to them," now this is Jesus talking, he said to them, "How foolish you are and how slow of heart not to believe all that the prophets have spoken. Did not the Christ or the Messiah have to suffer these things and then enter his glory?" And beginning with Moses and all the prophets, he explained to them what was said in all the scriptures concerning himself. As they approached the village to which they were going, Jesus acted as if he were going to go further. But they urged him strongly, "Stay with us, for it's nearly evening. The day is almost over." So he went in to stay with them. But when he was at the table with them, he took bread, gave thanks, broke it, and began to give it to them. Then their eyes were opened, and they recognized him, and he disappeared from their sight. They asked each other, "Were not our hearts burning within us while he talked with us on the road and opened the scriptures to us?" They got up and they returned at once to Jerusalem. There they found the 11, and those with them assembled together, and saying, "It is true, the Lord is risen and has appeared to Simon." Then the two told what had happened on the way and how Jesus was recognized by them when he had broken the bread. So it's a phenomenal portion of Scripture, but the main thing that I wanted you to really glean from it is this, is that these men were clearly and openly disappointed, and they shared their disappointment with Jesus. Jesus finally brings them through their disappointment to the other side. Jesus always does this, folks. When we pour out our disappointments to him and share them with him, it doesn't mean that we won't have to go through the valley of the pain, but he always brings us through to the other side. And some of you might right now, you might be experiencing the sting of some intense disappointment. Sometimes we need God to recalibrate our vision. Our disappointments are self-inflicted. We're expecting things that we have no right to expect, but sometimes they're legitimate, and we just need to process that grief, that disappointment thoroughly with Jesus. We need to tell him, we need to pour it out with him, we need to wait for him to bring his healing grace and truth into our life to get us on the other side of that disappointment. Well, I hope this 8-day journey of learning how to live a lifestyle of telling Jesus is something you'll incorporate, internalize, and carry it on for the rest of your life. Thank you so much for allowing me to take this journey with you. Goodbye for now.